May I begin today by thanking our honored guests for their attendance and continued support for John Paul II High School. The Reverend Doug Deschatel, Vicar General, Diocese of Dallas. Our Board of Trustees and Board of Directors, Dr. Charles LeBlanc, Superintendent of Schools, Diocese of Dallas. John Paul II Advisory Council members, the pastors of our 17 parishes, our students, parents, and community. Good afternoon. Today is Sunday, June 1st, and the word of the day today is potential. Now, potential is defined as the ability or capability of becoming something. And today we are here to celebrate the fulfillment of that potential. Now, in a sentence, one could say that about a year ago, these fine students here walked into this school as this school's second graduating class, and we had the potential to do something great. Now, having spent most of my life in public schools, I can honestly say that the biggest difference between a private Catholic school and a public high school is not the uniforms or the religious instruction or even the better-looking people, but it's the strength and cohesiveness of the community. For as large and well-established as these other high schools are, there are very few whose senior class has gone out and made as much an impact as we have. Very few have directly helped to enlighten the youth of an underprivileged school. Very few have come together as a unified force to raise money for prom, and very few can, as Becca Connor, president of the class of 2007, put it, sit together in a graduation ceremony, look left and right, and not only know each other's names, but cherish fond personal memories of each other. Now, we may not have been the first graduating class, and we are not the first four-year class, but we were the class to make an impact. What we had this year was a class size much larger than the previous, yet there was a ubiquitous sense of solidarity and cohesiveness that will be much more difficult for future classes to establish. And as the illustrious Miss Eugenia Jameson put it, we were truly second to none. Now, the day will come when the students at this school will not know who we are. Our faces will become nameless images framed on desks. Our voices just mere echoes in the hallways, and our names will just be faint memories in our teachers' minds. But when that day comes, we will be remembered by our actions as the class of 2008. Our legacy will be preserved through the standards we have set for service and solidarity, standards that will continue to be pursued and maybe even surpassed by future classes, standards that will continue to serve as the driving force behind the mission of this school. Guys, be proud of what you have done. Be proud of the differences you have made, and be proud of the distances you have come. 2 or 3 years ago, most of us walked into this school from all sorts of different backgrounds, not knowing a single person. And today, as we look around this auditorium, it is so hard to imagine that there was a time just 2 or 3 years ago when we weren't such integral parts of each other's lives. Now, I read somewhere that it is the friends that people make in high school that they keep closest throughout their lives. High school. Those awkward 4 years in which we learn way too much, far too fast. And I believe that this is true because it is in high school that we together endure the hardships of growth. These past 2 or 3 years, we have together gritted our teeth through homeworks, projects, timed writings, relentless amounts of reading. Now, regardless of whether or not any of this is true, it gives me comfort. It comforts me because as I look across this sea of individuals today, this pool of men and women who I feel too blessed to have been allowed to share my high school career with, I realize that there is no other group of people on this planet I would rather have standing by my side when confronted with those vicious tidal waves of life. Now, before I conclude today, I feel a need to address the future senior class. Class of 2009, for those of you who are here, cherish the moments at this school. Cherish the moments you have within these walls with the teachers who desire nothing more than to help you reach your potential, with the friends who will always have your back. Senior year will not be a walk in the park. And when things get tough, when things get hard, hold on to those that you have come to love and fight through it together. And I promise you will grow so much closer because of it. Do not succumb to apathy. In about a year's time, you will all be where we seniors are today, and it's going to be too late for you guys to realize just how finite your time is here. Laugh as hard as you can. Love until it hurts, and live every single moment to the fullest. And I know this sounds so cliche, but I never realized until this very moment just how much truth there is in it. Do not let this year slip past you before you can come to appreciate it. And when you move beyond the insulating walls of this school, seek out relationships that emulate those that you have formed here. And finally, I want to extend my most sincerest thanks to all of you who have allowed me to become part of your lives this past 2 years. If I had the time, I would name every single parent, every single teacher, and all 96 of my fellow seniors who have made me into the person I am today. The things that I have learned and the amazing people that I have met here continue to not only inspire me to do well out in this world, but to do good things, to make a positive difference. And I can only hope that the impact that I have made on your lives is as significant as yours on mine. As this first chapter of your lives concludes today and you walk outside of these doors onto your next, don't forget to look back. Continue to question, continue to struggle, and continue to search. But don't forget about this place. Don't forget about the people that you have met here and the bonds that you have forged. Now, I expect to see you all at our 5-year reunion as enlightened young adults, continuing to seek out and fulfill your own potential.